Back in 1998, Duracell discovered that the packaging of hearing aid batteries needed some attention, as the dial pack had been in existence for over 25 years and did not meet consumer needs. As batteries and instruments were evolving, it became essential to marry them with how consumers carried and inserted the batteries into their hearing devices. Therefore, we carried out extensive research in the homes of your patients and also in the office of a hearing specialist to understand their issues and determine exactly how we could help. What we learned, and what you have seen in everyday interactions, was that in a category with high user involvement and frequent battery changing, the hearing aid battery changing experience is one of great frustration to patients. Take a look.
Approximately 1/3 of all adults over the age of 65 suffer from hearing loss. But I think the number one issue is really the batteries.
Oh, I got it upside down.
Can't get the silly box open. How about that?
Hearing aid batteries should be changed if you have an analog hearing aid, I would say once every 2 weeks, but digital you have to change about once a week.
This is where I have trouble. And this one is hard to get off.
This is a much more difficult, this digital one.
Yep, we're out of business.
The average time it takes an individual to change their batteries is usually maybe 30 to 45 seconds, depending upon the level of dexterity that they have with their fingers.
This one sticks. Is it made to do that?
It's 2 for 2 I dropped.
See what I mean?
Go in there. See, now I dropped it.
Okay, there it is.
If you drop them on a full carpet, thick carpet, you're gone.
No. You see it?
Right there. Here it is.
Oh.
Right there.
Yeah, my eyesight isn't as great as it should be either.
It's hard for them to put them in. The batteries are very small, they lose sensitivity in their fingertips, and their hand-eye coordination, it can be reduced. It's just very hard for them to manipulate it.
This is usual with me, I want you to know. It's not unusual with me sometimes to fumble. I feel like an ass.
Based on the research, we concluded that patients need 1. An easy-to-open pack. 2. Easy removal of the battery from the pack. 3. Easy insertion of the battery into the hearing device. Many patients want the smaller, discrete hearing aids, but cannot manage the battery-changing element of these amazing devices. Even patients with BTEs sometimes have difficulty with the largest batteries. The challenge then for Duracell was to answer these needs by enhancing the total hearing aid battery experience while possibly evolving the hearing aid industry. Duracell is proud to introduce new Duracell EasyTab, the biggest revolution in hearing aid batteries in over 25 years. Watch how patients respond.
I think one of the features that would be very helpful is if you had some kind of an insertion or removal handle on the hearing aid battery itself.
Anything which gave me more gripping power so I don't have to fumble as much.
If it were longer, it would be simpler to take off.
And I have more leverage with this bigger piece of plastic. I have more to hang on to get it off the other thing.
That's what we need, is the bigger tab.
As hearing aids have gotten smaller, so has the batteries. Whether a patient is 55 or 95, they really do care about the size of their hearing instruments.
What I like about this concept is that you have a little handle to hold the battery, which in turn you don't have to fumble, and sometimes when you do fumble with the old type, they fall all over the floor. This one, you just insert very simply. I like that part.
Voila!
Duracell did an excellent job in giving that tab a good, strong base and is a wonderful insertion tool to help put the hearing aid battery into the hearing aid itself.
You don't have to even think of whether it's right side up or upside down. All you do is only one way to put that in, and it's going to be right. So that's a plus. Yeah. And I notice it's easier to hang on to with that stem or whatever you want to call it there.
Oh, yes, much better. Look at that. Oh,
Duracell did a great job in redesigning the hearing aid packaging. To have a very discreet pillbox design is really, really nice, especially if you're out in public and you need to change your hearing aid batteries.
That's a lot easier to use.
oh, that's easy. Oh, yes.
I would most certainly recommend EasyTab to all my patients. It's a wonderful, wonderful design for anyone, regardless of their age or dexterity.
Duracell. We're listening.